This will be a totally online 8-week accelerated course. In this video, I will be showing you the Canvas layout for the class, and I will also be showing you the syllabus. There are additional videos that I would like you to watch this week as part of your assignment. They will be on the research paper and the 2 observations of children that you will also be doing throughout the class. Instead of having one really big video, I'm trying to break them up into smaller segments. So for this week, it will be watching this video, reading the syllabus on your own and getting acclimated to the class, and watching a video on the research paper that you'll be writing in the next couple of weeks, and 2 observations as well. Because this is such an accelerated class, I have the assignments up and waiting for you. You only have a couple of weeks in order to do them because this is a very fast class. So I have the assignments with written instructions, and there'll also be video instructions available to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with Canvas so I can show you how the class is laid out. All right, so here is the Canvas course. So if you are on your dashboard, you will see our class. I try to make it as easy as possible. So there is a baby right there, and that's Child Development 100 for the summer for our 8-week class. So at the very first module will be welcome, start here. This is where our syllabus is, and this is also where this welcome video is as well. And then the second module is our textbook, and yay! I'm so happy to say that for the first time at Palomar, we are piloting a zero textbook for Child Development 100. That means that you don't have to buy a textbook for this course. Everything that we will use will be an OER or an open educational resource. So what we're using is Lumen Learning, which is right here. So if you click on it, it will take you to our textbook. So we are going to be reading some of these units throughout the class. This is fairly limited in that it's a continuing evolution within the state of California and also within the United States, as we're trying to put together more open resources for students. Because of that, I'm going to have you read some units, which are quite short, and each week you'll also read an additional open educational PDF that will be linked on Canvas as well. And I will show you what that will look like. So each module, each week, you are going to have something like this. So this is your week 1 introduction to child development and online learning. So you're going to have 2 video quizzes. You're going to have 1 discussion board each week, and then you also have a linked PDF. In the announcement for the week, I'll also tell you what the reading is on this textbook as well. So each week you'll probably have, like, you know, for the first one, I think it's Unit 2, Foundations of Growth. So you'll read that this first week. And then you'll also have 8 things to remember about child development. So each week I'll give you an announcement Monday morning, and it'll tell you what you need to do for that week. So for this week, you're going to do an online learning in Canvas quiz. You're going to do a theories of child development video quiz, and you're also going to introduce yourself. Each of these is worth 5 points. So each week you will be doing 15 points worth of work, in addition to writing your research paper and doing 2 observations over the course of the 8 weeks as well. Because this is a new kind of pilot at doing this zero textbook, what we're trying to do is we want to see what your foundational knowledge about child development is at the beginning with a pre-test, and then at the very end you're going to take the same test over again as a final to see how you have improved in the class using a zero textbook open educational resource. So before you can do any of the quizzes or go any farther in the class, you're going to have to do a prerequisite, which is this pre-test. It's 0 points, and right now I'm telling you right off the bat, I don't care how you do on the pretest. I don't even look at it. It will not, it's worth 0 points. If you get a 7 out of 40 questions, I don't care one bit. I don't even look at it until the very end. And we typically keep it fairly anonymous as well. It goes into its own Excel spreadsheet, and then we compare it with how students did overall on the final. So if you don't do very well on the pretest, that's totally fine. That's to be expected. I'm asking you questions that are actually going to be on the final at the very end. We're just trying to see if students are able to improve by not having a textbook versus having a textbook. And so we need to kind of have a pretest or a knowledge base in order to gauge that. So that is one of the things that you'll have to do because this is zero textbook. So you'll have to do this very, very short pretest. I think it's only 20 or 25 questions, but once again, it's 0 points. I don't care how you did on it. We just want to see what your foundational ability is before you enter the class. So you'll have to take this pretest on the very first week as well before you can get into week 1, week 2 as well. Right now, I am also doing video lectures that will also be posted each week as well in each week's module. Typically, there's going to be between 1 to 3 to 4 short video lectures every week on a variety of topics related to child development. So how children grow and learn from conception all the way to adolescence. So each week, you'll have quite a few shorter video lectures that will also be posted on Canvas as well. So that's just generally the class requirements for each week is 2 video quizzes, 1 discussion board, and 2 readings that are free and open online. You're also going to have an observation, so you'll have to do 2 observations. Here's one and here's the other. These are the assignments as well, and then I will also post a video explaining how to do the observations as well. Here's the research paper, and that is up as well. There's a rough draft, which is only worth 10 points, and then there's the final draft that is worth 30. A lot of times students think that because the rough draft is only 10 points, they don't need to do it, and that's totally your call to make. If you don't want to or you want to pull 0 on that, that's totally fine with you. If you are struggling with APA, you're struggling with writing a research paper, this isn't kind of your field of focus, you're not super into learning about children, or you've never written a collegiate paper before, I strongly, strongly urge you to do a rough draft research paper. It's 10 easy points, and I'm going to give you a lot of feedback and a lot of support on how to improve your research paper. So when you turn in a final draft, you'll have a much better chance at getting an A and doing well in that assignment as well. So these are up for you as well. Please watch the videos that I have on the research paper, and please watch the video that I have on the observation as well. It's really important that you familiarize yourself with the entire 8 weeks of the course because it's going to go by really, really fast. It's a summer accelerated program. All right, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the syllabus. So this video is in this welcome module right here, and here is the sub-syllabus. I'm going to share it right now with you. So here is our syllabus. So I'm going to scroll all the way to the top. So this is the syllabus for the class. This is my email. So if you need to get a hold of me, the best thing to do is to either be on Canvas, which I'll show you. So on Canvas, you can always hit the inbox. Over here on the left-hand toolbar is an inbox. This is a great place. Just click it, and you should be able to find me on there, and you can email me as your instructor. That's a great way to get a hold of me, and that's what I'm here for, to answer any of your questions, talk to you about anything, mentor you through anything. So please don't hesitate about reaching out to me. Or you can also email me, and this is my Palomar email. So if you are going to be writing to me at my Palomar email, you need to use your student email as well, especially if you're asking me about grades, assignments, anything like that. It needs to come through your official Palomar student email. If you don't regularly check that, please link your personal or your professional, your work email, whatever it is, to the Palomar one so that they forward your Palomar student emails to the one that you check more regularly, because that's where you're going to find out important things from the university or from the college. Like one time when we had those really bad fires, the school was closed all for like 4 or 5 days, and we don't want students coming and being in a potentially dangerous situation because we're a Red Cross facility, things like that. So it's really important that you're getting up-to-date information from the college and also from me. So please, if you're not regularly checking your Palomar student email, please have those emails forwarded to your professional or personal one that you check often. This is our department webpage right here, and this is a great resource for you, especially if you're looking into becoming a teacher, working with children, social work, anything like that. Or if you're looking for a job working with children, we have a job employment part of our website, and we also have just a lot of resources for you about the community, about what we do as well. So this is a great place to check out, especially if you're looking for a job, because we try to keep it updated as much as possible with jobs that are out there. Once again, it's a zero textbook course, so we're going to be using open educational resources that I tell you about and link to on Canvas. So as I said before, this is a child development class. So this is child growth and development, which is our 100 class. And we're going to be looking at physical, social and emotional, cognitive, and language milestones for children from conception to adolescence, early adulthood. So we're going to be looking at different theories and methodologies as well. These are some of the course objectives, things that we want you to be aware of before you finish or pass the class. So we want you to know about what children do, what milestones they have, what theories inform how we think about children, and then what's typical and atypical development. So class attendance and punctuality. So we don't have traditional classes in this online class, so it's considered asynchronous. So you basically have 7 days in which to log on to Canvas, view the modules, do the reading, take the video quizzes, and do the discussion every single week. So for 7 weeks, not the final week, but for 7 weeks, this will be the same. You'll have 2 video quizzes, 1 discussion, and you're expected to watch the video lectures, and you're also expected to do the readings. So if you are absent, or you will have a lower grade for sure, and by absent I mean you're not logging on and you're not doing the work, and eventually I will drop you from the class as well. So if you've missed 2 weeks, which is a quarter of the class, you're going to get dropped from it, because it's really, really hard to keep up with the class, because we're building on our knowledge every single week. And that's why you have work that you need to start, that I open on Monday and close on Sunday night. And in that week, you're expected to do all of the work associated with the class, so that you can continue to learn about how children learn and grow. All right, so any late work is not accepted. So those 2 video quizzes and the discussions that you're doing each week, those are not accepted late. Accepted late. I close them Sunday night at 11:59. I open them Monday morning at 6 a.m. So you have about 7 days, 6.5 days, in order to complete 2 video quizzes and 1 discussion board again. So I do not accept that work late. Obviously, if you're having an emergency, you break your leg, your kid has asthma, you know, something's going on in your life, please give me prior arrangement. Email me so that we can come to some kind of agreement about when the work will be turned in, and I can possibly offer you extension. But I need to know about what's going on and what issues you have going on in your life, so that I can help and accommodate for you and help you keep up in the class as well. But generally, if you just missed it, you missed it. It's only 5, 10, 15 points a week. So you are going to want to keep on top of those so as not to have your grade go down. But missing a quiz here or there is probably not going to ruin your grade. As far as the class requirements, which in this case I consider the observations in the research paper, those are reduced by 50% if you turn it in late. So if you turn it in late to me anytime within the semester, it will be an automatic 50% deducted. All of your work needs to be submitted in APA format, and it needs to be word processed and typed. So those 2 observations in the research paper need to be had in APA format, which I will go over in the research paper video. And they need to be word processed or typed. All right, so plagiarism is all of these things: word for word copy, paraphrasing, using another student's work, and then appropriation of information or ideas from someone else, typically from a theorist. So if you do any of these things, a minimum consequence is you just get a 0 on the assignment. And then the second one might be that I have to kind of throw it up my chain of command, goes to department chairs and deans, and you could be dropped from the class given a failing grade. Please don't do it. And it's really, really easy for us as instructors now to know when you're plagiarizing. On Canvas, it's going to give me a score, and it will highlight the things that came from another student's work, from your previous work that you've submitted on Canvas, and it's also give me from the internet or from online. So please don't do it. It's really, really, really easy for us to know that you've done that. And once again, you're at the minimum going to fail the assignment, and then there'll be more academic consequences as well. All right, so classroom etiquette. On the first week, I will post more about this, but you are expected to be courteous and respectful in the online discussion place. Disrespectful comments will be removed at a minimum, and this very, very seldomly happens. It's rarely ever happened to me. Most students are really nice and kind, but let's remember this is an online space. Sometimes sarcasm, humor, things like that can be hard to convey your tone if you are online. So if you are trying for humor or to be funny, use your emoticons, your emojis, anything like that, or tell us that you're being sarcastic, something like that, or maybe try to avoid it altogether because it can be hard to kind of convey humor online. We are using APA, and we have a great student success guide that I have linked on Canvas for you already, and I will talk more about APA in the research video, but we have a success guide which is about 50 pages. It goes over what observation should look like, it goes over the research paper requirements, and it also goes over and gives you a sample paper if you're concerned about APA. So this is a great thing. It's a totally free student success guide that we have on our child development website. I've also linked it on Canvas for you as well. So please check it out. If you did want it printed, I think they sell it at the library for like $4 or $5, but you can also have it free just as a PDF. This is our statement of commitment and confidentiality right here. So if you go to our lab school that we have on the Palomar campus, we have a statement of commitment and confidentiality. And this form is also located on Canvas as well. And I'll talk more about it in the observation video. But if you go to the lab school, you need to sign and understand this commitment of confidentiality. It's important. We have students and we have faculty's children and classified staff's children going to our lab school, and it's really important that we keep it anonymous and confidential when we are observing the children there. We also do disability services, so if you feel like if you have a documented accommodation, please just send me the accommodation information so that I'm well aware of it and we can make sure that you have accommodations. And then if you feel like you have maybe a disability that's affecting your learning or your ability to be in a classroom environment, please reach out to the Disability Resource Center. They are fantastic. They're amazing. They get you extra time on tests. They can support you in studying. There's just so many resources, and it's so important that if you need just a little bit of extra support and accommodation, that you go get it. And you can make an appointment with them, you can call them, and you can also walk in. Not so much in the summer, their hours might be a little different, but they are here to help you, and they are the nicest, kindest people. Speaking of nicest, kindest people are also our tutoring and resource center. They are amazing, and there is quite a bit of writing and reading in this course. You're going to be writing a research paper, and you're also going to be doing an observation. So here is the website and the phone for these types of information as well for the English department, so they can help you write anything. And that is a great resource. I went to community college. I went to MiraCosta before I transferred to a private university. But I'm a proud recipient of community college education. And in order to transfer, I needed to do math. Like, I'm pretty good at reading and writing, but I was really, really struggling with getting like my college math classes so that I could transfer. And I actually didn't do very well in a couple of classes until I realized that I needed some additional help from tutoring and resources. So I went all of the time in order to pass my college algebra class. And I'm really, really proud that I did that and that I stepped up and I said that I needed help in order to do this. And I kind of thought that the tutoring and resource people would think I was silly or I was so dumb because I couldn't understand, basic algebra. Nothing could be further from the truth. They're super, super kind people. They don't have any thoughts or feelings or judgments about where you are in your learning journey. They just want to support you in passing classes, getting good grades, and hitting your educational goals. So please reach out to Tutoring and Resources in whatever capacity you need it. Maybe it's math, maybe it's science, maybe it's reading, maybe it's writing, maybe it's English as second language learning. Whatever it is, please reach out, because we're here to support you and help you so that you can kind of reach your goals. All right, so here's Canvas, which is how you log on, and you will need your student ID and number and password, but if you're watching this video, you most likely have figured out how to access Canvas. Email, once again, please check your student email or have it forwarded to your alternate email. I don't read email on Saturdays. I do sporadically. I'll check it once or maybe twice on Sundays, but I don't read emails on Saturdays. I'm around on Sundays, but not that much. But I am around Monday through Friday. I'll check my emails twice a day. So please expect a reply within 24 business hours. The biggest thing is that I allow you to turn your work in on Sunday nights. I know a lot of you are probably busy professionals or you have kids at home, and having the weekends can be really, really important for catching up on schoolwork. But the biggest thing is, if you're doing this at 11 p.m. at night, right before it's due, I'm not online at 11 p.m. at night. Hopefully I've been asleep for a couple of hours at that point. I have 3 kids at home. I'm tired. I want to be in bed by 9 or 10. So I'm not going to be around at 11 p.m. on Sunday night. I won't be able to answer any of your questions. So the best thing to do is take a look at this week's work during Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday, and asking me any questions that you have so that I can get back to you and I can answer any of your questions, because I want to be available to you. But just know that leaving your work till Saturdays or Sundays without taking a look at it can be difficult if you're not able to get a hold of your professor. So please take a look at it every week and ask me any questions earlier on. Then your grades, typically what I do is you have your Canvas grades, and then I also have an Excel spreadsheet of your grades as well that calculates it off of the syllabus points as well. And then I do your grades offline, and then I put them back into the Palomar website. So while Canvas is really helpful, they'll give you a sense of how many points you've made. You should always compare it to the syllabus in the rubric and not what Canvas says that you're getting as far as an A or B. So once again, these are the class requirements. So each week you're going to do one discussion board topic, and all you need to do is write your own response or respond to a fellow student or instructor with a nice or good comment. It should be thoughtful, it should be well thought out, it should answer the question. And there are rubrics for all the discussion boards as well, so that you know exactly what I want in order to get 5 points on that. In our research, then each week as well, you're going to have a combination of multiple choice, true, false, or write-in answers on these 2 exams or quizzes that you take each week. And they're typically videos, and that you watch a linked video, and then you answer questions based on what you watched. And this is great because this is a pretty virtual class, and I want you to see what children do. So typically what it is it's observations of children, or showing you how children physically develop, and then you can kind of get a sense of how a child crawls, how they learn how to walk, and you'll answer questions about it as well. Once again, we have the research, our term paper, and we also have 2 observations that you're going to do as well. There are 2 videos about that up on Canvas already, so you can see the written instructions, you can see the rubric for both the observation and the term paper, and you can watch the videos. So once again, it's an 8-week class. You're going to have to start thinking about it sooner rather than later. These are our total points as well that you would use. So this is what is going on as well as far as our weeks. So here we are in week 1. Then we're going to talk about the syllabus, which is this video. I'll also do an introduction to child development and theories of development this week as a video as well. Then we'll jump into pregnancy, prenatal, newborn and infant, early childhood development, which is like preschool, middle childhood, which is like elementary school, adolescent development. Then we'll have a review and child abuse. And then that second week of August, you guys will do your final online. So you can see, I'd like you to tell me about your research topic. I'd like you to do it, then an observation. And then we've got a break to kind of catch your breath for a second, and then you've got a bunch more work to finish up. So this is a very, very fast-paced class. Once again, we have to learn all about how children develop, grow, and hit their milestones in 8 weeks. Plus, you're going to have your weekly work of 1 discussion board and 2 online assignments due each assignment. And then, so this class is quite fast-paced, and I like to let people know I am here to help you and to support you. And students who do like this class, they typically learn a lot, and we try to have as much fun as possible. But just make sure that you print this out and you are well aware of when all of the assignments are due, plus the weekly work. So this is the just regular video introducing the class. Once again, there'll be another video about the research paper. There'll be another video about the observations. And then also within this week, I will have another video lecture on theories of child development. You'll have 2 video quizzes to finish by Sunday night and 1 discussion board where you're introducing yourself. All right, thanks so much. I'll see you guys online.